Tuesday, October 9, here's what's making InfoHub today. President David Granger says local government elections, LGE, is not about winning or losing, but about empowering citizens. The head of state was speaking on Monday at the community meeting in Guyana, Pomeroon, Supernam, Region 2. Here's our first report.
Local government elections is not about victim and victor, winning and losing. It's about giving the people the opportunity to run their own affairs. Giving people the opportunity to sit around the table and decide what's best for the market, what's best for the streets, what's best for the lights, what's best for security, what's best for the roads. This is the importance of local government elections.
The president noted the need for competent persons to be elected to the municipality and the need to move away from voting on the basis of party politics. He called on Guyana and other Region 2 residents to vote for people who are going to make the region a powerhouse.
When we had local government elections in March 2016, we wanted to win. But most of all, we wanted to empower the people, give them that confidence to go into the municipalities, to go into the neighborhoods and make decisions for themselves.
After the community meeting, the head of state presented some 20 bicycles to school-aged children of Guyana and neighboring communities. The handing over of the bicycles is part of the Public Education Transport Service. Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali and Minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure Annette Ferguson also attended the community meeting. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Minister of Finance Winston Jordan has defended the coalition government's stewardship. The finance minister also rejected a Stabroek News Sunday editorial claiming incompetence. Paul McAdam brings us the details.
In a letter to the media, Finance Minister Winston Jordan defended government stewardship of the economy since taking office. He reminded that prior, the economy, quote, thrived on rampant drug trafficking, money laundering, and the banking sector in which a few institutions recklessly lent funds for private white elephant projects, end of quote. The letter was in response to a Stabroek News Sunday editorial labeling the administration as incompetent. Minister Jordan noted that the newspaper's mask was finally off, stating, quote, it appears that Stabroek News didn't actually want a change of government. Rather, it wanted the PPPC government to change its ways, end of quote. The minister reminded that the Treasury was forced to bear the cost of the People's Progressive Party's reckless investments, including the Skeldon Sugar Factory, Clico, and the Marriott Hotel. The government, he says, has spent billions to settle lawsuits as well as meet the cost to retrieve the outstanding $5 million for the sale of the government's shares in GT&T. The finance minister also reminded that the government has provided $37 billion in bailouts for the Guyana Sugar Corporation to date and a $5.7 billion sugar workers' severance payment. He noted, however, that not once has he seen an editorial questioning Gaisuco's management about its stewardship of taxpayers' monies. The economy, he said, grew by 4.5% in the first half of 2018 and is projected to grow by 3.7% for the rest of the year. He commended the work of the Commissioner General of the GRA, Godfrey Stacia. He said the Auditor General's report of 2013 stated that only one-third, or 992 out of 2,618 registered and active firms had filed. He commended the work of the Guyana Revenue Authority's Commissioner General, Godfrey Stacia. He noted that the Auditor General's report of 2013 stated that only one-third, or 992 out of 2,618 registered and active firms filed tax returns. Also, of 75,992 active self-employed persons, only 33,740 filed taxes, paying an annual average of $98,000 per person. The finance minister pointed out that since the coalition took office in 2015, it increased the minimum basic salary of each public servant to $50,000 and ensured subsequent increases, which amounted to over 50% since taking office. He also noted that the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, the World Bank, and other international lending institutions, including the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB, and the Islamic Development Bank, the ISDB, are increasingly viewing Guyana as a stable, well-managed country, ripe for sustainable development. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
After more than 2 decades, East Bank Demerara residents will have several grounds in 6th and 11th Avenue Diamond developed into safe spaces for recreational activities. This follows an intervention by the Ministry of Agriculture requested by the community development communities. Help was initially sought from the Neighborhood Democratic Council to clear the grounds, but they did not have the capacity to do so. On Sunday, Agriculture Minister Noel Holder, Business Minister Dominic Gaskin, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, Frederick Flats, carried out an inspection on the grounds. More on this story can be read on our website. As Guyana observes World Post Day, the New Amsterdam Post Office on Monday commissioned its new facilities. Anara Khan filed that report.
Minister of Public Telecommunications, Catherine Hughes, said internationally the transformation of postal service is taking place. Guyana, she said, was no different.
We are working with several of our partners. I'm glad Dr. Reverend Messiah mentioned the support we get from the private sector and civil society because we're trying hard to up our game. And eventually we will renovate and rehabilitate all the key post offices.
Minister Hughes noted the importance of postal services even as technology evolves.
Our broad intention is to convert as many post offices as possible across Guyana into modern, multifunctional facilities. Our intention is to use every available facility to take public services to citizens and to save you the costs and inconvenience quite often of having to travel to Georgetown to access them.
New Amsterdam Post Office Postmaster General Karen Brown said the renovations were long overdue.
The renovated post office will serve residents of New Amsterdam community with the provision of all of our traditional and financial services.
Construction started December 5, 2017 and was completed in September at a cost of $23 million. It is equipped with modern amenities such as proper seating, security features, and a space for an ICT hub. Postal workers were also rewarded for their outstanding services. World Post Day is being observed under the theme, The Post, Delivering Good to the World. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
CGX Energy Incorporated has announced its intention to contribute to the capacity building of Berbice residents in the oil and gas sector. Here again is Anara.
Executive Chairman of CGX Energy Inc., Dr. Suresh Narayan, announced that 30 Guyanese from the Berbice area will be trained in geochemistry. The decision comes at a time when the company is moving ahead with Guyana's first deepwater harbor and onshore base at Crab Island, Berbice. Dr. Narayan said the company turned down professionally trained Texans and opted to train locals to do the job.
Guyana is blessed with all of these innovative people. And I'm willing to bet that once they have an entry into the business, they'll be making unique contributions to that business as well.
The company is facilitating trainers from the United States of America and Canada to conduct the geochemical survey training.
We only need about 10 people, but we're going to train 30. Because the next time somebody wants to do a geochemical survey here, we want Guyana to be able to say, we have people who are trained already. So we are going to incur about 3 times the cost, but ultimately it's a good business decision because the next time we do one, it'll be a lower cost.
The training begins in 1 week. CGX Energy Inc. will be working closely with the Technical Institutes and University of Guyana's Tain campus to elect eligible candidates. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
HIV can be lurking anywhere. Be aware and be safe. HIV testing is free and confidential. Testing is available at health centers, NGOs, outreaches, and private clinics. Knowing one's status is the key to remaining healthy. Knowing your status gives you the power. Get tested today.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Social Protection Labor Department once again engaged stakeholders on the draft Noise Occupational Safety and Health Regulations. The 2-day consultative session was today declared open by Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection, Keith Scott, at the Herdmanston Lodge. Crystal Stahl was there and filed this report.
With a focus on noise in the workplace, Minister Scott highlighted the intent of the consultative sessions.
The first one is, to reduce the incidence and severity of occupational noise-induced hearing loss resulting from excessive exposure of workers to noise in workplaces. And 3, to reduce the exposure of workers to noise.
The minister urged key stakeholders to work collaboratively with the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in controlling and reducing noise pollution at the national level. Chairman of the National Advisory Council on Occupational Safety and Health, Earl Morris, pointed out that hearing loss has been an issue locally, since many workers are exposed to noise pollution. International Labour Organization consultant Lennox Marcel also emphasized the use of protective gears in the workplace. He reiterated government will play a continuous role in ensuring persons not complying with the laws face suitable sanctions. Reporting for InfoHub, Crystal Stahl.
Plans for the Green Guyana Expo and the International Small Business Summit are moving ahead. This was today confirmed by Chairman of the African Business Roundtable, Dr. Eric Phillips, who said over 100 exhibitors are participating in the events. 3 models of greenhouses fully outfitted with energy-efficient appliances and existing cars are some of the attractions that will be on display. The exhibition and summit are slated for October 18 and 19 at the Ramada Princess Hotel and the National Stadium Providence, East Bank Demerara, respectively. The summit will feature speakers from more than 14 countries and panel discussions on green energy, agriculture, manufacturing, finance, and the Green State Development Strategy will be hosted, among other activities. The Green Guyana Expo and International Small Business Summit were launched in June under the theme Sustainable Economic Growth Through Small Business Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Transformative Government Policies. The Guyana Power and Light Company is giving back to its customers as it celebrates 19 years. Customers are being encouraged to pay their bills at the various branches and to cash in on special prizes. More in this report.
Manager of GPL's Customer Services Center, Sylvina Charles, explained that customers paying their bills at the company's commercial offices during October will get an opportunity to cash in on surprise rewards. Payments at agent locations will not qualify.
What better way than to give thanks to our paying customers? Without you customers, we will not be here. So we're very grateful for your support and continued support going forward into this 19th year. So we have big surprises in store for our customers. This big surprise will not be only limited to our offices at Georgetown, but all 13 of our commercial offices within the Demerara, Essequibo, and Berbice regions.
Manager of Customer Services, Lunsford Cummings, is also appealing to customers to ensure their meters are read on a monthly basis. There are several ways to ensure that the company receives meter readings to ensure accurate billing.
Some of the meters are placed at the sides of buildings, wherein our readers are unable to retrieve those readings. We are pleading with you, our customers, and we have various initiatives going. One of the initiatives that we would really want to push is sending your reads via the WhatsApp. Just take a picture of your meter on the set date that is recorded on your bill that you should, that we should have that read, and send that read to us through the WhatsApp number stated on your bill. We will use that read.
According to Cummins, it is important for the company to have access to its meters at least once within a 3-month period. Failing can resort to the law which dictates that the customer be disconnected. He said the company does not desire to go this route and is pleading for customers to cooperate. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
In our final report, Tiffany Rogers tells us that the Guyanese woman has been elected as the new worldwide president of the Mothers Union.
Sharon Harper was elected as the new worldwide president of the Mothers Union on Monday. She told the Anglican Communion News Service she was delighted to accept the role. Harper was quoted by the online publication as saying the Mothers Union remains relevant and works alongside governments and organizations to tackle issues affecting families in remote areas where there is no access to social services. Harper will assume the post next year. The Mothers Union, a 142-year-old global Anglican mission agency, consists of 4 million members from 84 countries. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Reduce your risk of developing cancer by avoiding tobacco use. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, social media, and our website at dpi.gov.gy. We leave you with your bridge and weather reports. Goodbye.